It's 8:35. It's super late, and we're here to check out the new patch. But while I'm downloading the new patch, we'll check out the sale page for the MISC Fortune and the Q&A. We obviously watched the video today, so we know quite a bit. They're saying salvage simplified, faster, smoother, more efficient. I don't know how 2 lasers is more efficient or faster, or 1 laser is faster than 2. So we'll have to check that out. That's going to be the first thing we do. Is I'm going to pull out a vulture. I'm going to pull out a vulture, and then we're going to. I'm being told to turn the volume down because it's actually nighttime. But yeah, we'll pull the 2 ships out and we'll test them out. So have to be a little quieter, I think. There's a video, so we'll watch that as well. I don't see anything that is not surprising here from the video that we saw. Cargo dispenser, internal cargo hold, everything looks as expected, basically. Okay. And if you want like more detail on the stats, that's in the video that was before this, I guess. But the price is going to be $175 or $60 if you don't use store credit. And then there's Red Festival versions, which have just basically add a $9 paint to it, it looks like. And that's about it. Nothing crazy here. It's a salvage ship, right? Let us take a look at the same time, I guess. Let's take a look at the Q&A while we're at it. I might zoom into this one. Quantum fuel capacity. That's the first one. I think this is how they want to differentiate the ship. It's basically bigger than the Drake Vulture. It has larger quantum fuel storage, and it was by a fairly significant amount. Does the Fortune salvage arm function similar to the Prospectors? Yeah. I guess. While similar in terms of both deployable and a retractable arm, the key difference is the salvage heads up versus the mining head. Yeah, so nothing different. Are there any difference in the interior layout? We know that from the video there are. Fortune adds 2 new interior rooms that are not featured on the Prospector. The salvage hallway room with control access and the salvage filler stations. Okay. Currently, the Vulture can hold up to 39 SCU of salvage. Okay, really good Q&A question here. What's the maximum SCU capacity of the Fortune, including buffer? We found an additional 18 SCU can be secured in an unsecure manner within the ship itself. This is in addition to the 12 SCU plus 4 SCU grid. So it is a grid on the rear lift. That's great to hear. And the filler station's internal buffer, which is 13 SCU. Okay. All right, so it's more than the Vulture. So rip Vulture at this point. That's basically what that means. Vulture is just a little cleaner about doing it, I guess. Can the Fortune perform structural salvage? Yeah, of course. And we saw it in the video. How does the salvage gameplay differ between the Vulture and Fortune? Let's see what they say to this. Thanks to its automatically loading side cargo grids, the Fortune emphasizes convenience over salvage speed. Without an abrade salvage head by default, it will hull scrape at a lower rate than the Vulture. We're going to buy the abrade right away. They're not expensive. What advantages does the Fortune offer compared to the Vulture, and how does it fit into the progression between the Vulture and the Reclaimer? The component layout and performance between the Fortune and Vulture are very similar, so it's an alternative, then a step up, with the Fortune emphasizing convenience over speed. Weird choices here. I feel like there's just obvious choices, but we talked about it in the video. They could do those later, like making this better at things like structural salvage rather than RMC or vice versa. It doesn't matter. So yeah, Fortune has a smaller internal 4 SCU cargo grid. Yep. So that's going to be for salvage like weapons and stuff, which is cool. It still has the VTOL thrusters, which is actually a big deal. It's huge up thrust on the Prospector, right? Are there any gameplay synergies between the Fortune and other salvage ships? No. And hopefully one day there is. That would be cool. Can you place SCU on the external grids, or is it dedicated to the RMC CM generated by the ship? SCU crates or other valid items can be placed. However, this will naturally prevent RMC crates from being generated. Okay, so it's a cargo ship too. So if you want to do cargo missions with this at the same time, you can. That's kind of cool. How does the Fortune operational speed compare to the Vultures in atmosphere? Fortune trade speed and agility, as we saw with the stats, which is pretty cool. Okay, so that's everything. It's just a side progression. And it gives them room in the future to do something interesting, I guess. But that's it. Nothing crazy, right? Nothing too exciting. All right, so I actually didn't grab the Fortune video, so let's watch that as well. It's just 2 minutes, so should be real quick. Let me make sure the game's muted as well.
Luck.
Why the CC stuff?
She's a fickle thing. But not fortune. Fortune's made. It's hard work. It's knowing what's out there and having the will to find it. That's what a salvager's best at. A wreck like this, sorta, whispers to you. Tells you all its hidden secrets. Its rich past.
Meanwhile, you just scrape the hull, blow up the ship, suck it in to microscopic pieces, and just make boxes out of it.
Keeps you company out here alone.
These commercials are getting more ridiculous by
learn how to speak the language.
Like you're getting the black box like it's telling you anything,
all
right?
All you need is your ship, your skill, and your own 2 hands to get you to that ruin at the edge of the galaxy. Ships don't stop wrecking, and salvagers never stop scrapping. Earning enough to take them to the next place. And Fortune, she has a funny way of coming back to you. If you know where to find her. She's waiting.
This stuff is so ridiculous now. It's so funny.
Introducing the MISC Fortune.
Black boxes have always been in the game. Honestly, since like 2.0, I'm pretty sure. Save Stanton, maybe? Memes or something? Yeah. A ship ad in a ship ad. What ship was that? That was a freedom fighter ship, right? Yeah. Look at the camo. That's a Carrack. Yeah, I think they're just showing the skins and stuff. They're just sneak peeking that stuff. Okay. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I love salvaging, so I'm interested, but feels like the Vulture, which is I love the Vulture, so I'm sure I'm going to enjoy the ship, but we'll see. We'll see.